Hey, my name is Ben Blair and I'm a filmmaker from Los Angeles, California. I'm here to tell you about a documentary that I'm going to make in Malawi, Africa. It's about my friend Matt Maroon, who at 22 years old decided to take a break from life and go to Malawi to do a year of service. But when his year of service was up, he sort of realized that there was more work to be done and he stayed in Malawi. Over the last few years, Matt has worked with the community in Malawi every day, fighting for orphan children and teenagers to try to give them a chance at an education, provide them food and shelter. Matt, with the help of the community, built a very special place called Maji Zuwa. Maji Zuwa is really two things. It's part hotel and part orphanage. So anybody who wants to can come to Maji Zuwa, also do service projects in the community, learn about the culture and the way of life that people in Malawi live every day. If you don't know a lot about Malawi, that's okay. You know, I didn't either. But Malawi is a very difficult place to live. It's one of the poorest and least developed countries in the world. One of the biggest challenges in Malawi is education. You can go to school up to the 8th grade, but if you want to pursue education into high school, there are fees associated with it. And hopes for most of kids in Malawi is to go to what's called a national boarding school. But getting into a national boarding school is like getting into Harvard. Matt told me a story recently of a young boy and a young girl that lived with him at Maji Zuwa. The boy's name is Edwin and the girl's name is Alanafe. And they both shared with Matt their dream of going to a national boarding school. So Matt helped them with their studies and helped them take this national exam. And both Edwin and Alanafe got into national boarding schools. And on the day they found out, they went to the elder in the village and they said, "What do we do? We got into these schools." And the elder's response was pretty firm. He's like, "You don't have a choice. It's your only hope for getting out of the poverty that you live in is to go to a national boarding school. You must go. You must find a way. You have to go." And so Edwin and Alanafe went back to Matt and told him that they didn't have the money to go, obviously, and unfortunately neither did Matt. So Matt decided to write a letter of credit to the national boarding schools. And when Matt told me the story, he explained it as, it's not something you do. The national boarding schools don't accept letters of credit for students. You either pay and go or you don't pay. But for whatever reason on this day, both these schools accepted Edwin and Alanafe on Matt's promise to pay. Halfway through the year, the reports came back of how Edwin and Alanafe were performing. And Edwin was doing well. He was performing above average, he was making friends, and his teachers were happy with his performance. And then Alanafe's reports came back. She was in position 1. She's like the smartest girl in her class. And I said, "Matt, make this real for me. Like, tell me, what does it cost to send a kid to the national boarding school in Malawi? Like, what are we talking here?" And he looks at me and he said, "About $400. And I said, "Matt, you changed that girl's life for the cost of an iPhone." And he said, "Yeah, I wish I could tell you that this story was unique, but there are tons of kids that dream about going to school and having an education. And there are tons of kids that want nothing more than that chance." And when Matt told me the story, at that moment I was like, all right, that's it. I need to come to Malawi and tell these stories of these kids that you're working with and make a documentary and share the work that you're doing and spread this message and what you're trying to accomplish with as many people as I can. So take a look at the rewards. Look at your checkbook. And if there's anything you can contribute, it would mean the world to us. The other thing you can do is share this with your networks and your family and your friends. Post it on your Facebook wall. Put it in your Twitter feed. Email your high school teachers and your college professors and your fraternity brothers and sisters. And let them know that you're doing a little bit to help change the world and help change Matt's life. You know, Matt doesn't have the resources of a big celebrity. He's bootstrapping this all himself together. And it would certainly mean a lot to him for you to be able to help out. All of this money will go towards the process and building of the film. And it'll mean a lot to me and a lot to a whole bunch of kids. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. And we hope to see you in Maji Zuwa.
There's no other better place to experience Africa and to experience the warmth and beauty that this place has to offer in both its culture and its people. Thank you, and please come and see us, won't you?